Now, what is the next question? Next question is need of nutrition. Why we need nutrition? Why we need healthy diet? Why we need protein? Why we need carbs? Why we need mineral or roughage to our body? Why we need nutrition? Why don't we can't eat? Why can't we eat unhealthy food? So why we need nutrition? First of all, there are different life processes which occurs in our body, and to carry out these life processes in fair manner we need nutrition. So what is nutrition? We already studied. Now we are going to study what is the need of nutrition. First of all, growth, building up new protoplasm or cells for the growth of human body, the growth of the body parts of human, as well as the growth of cells, the growth of tissues, we need nutrition. Okay. uh, a child is born. After that, he or she is going to become a toddler, then a bigger one, then a bigger one. Then how the entire process goes out, it just because of nutrition. If a child gets every nutrition in equal proportion, then his or her skin as well as height, body weight, everything will be good, and there is a natural glow on his or her face. It is just because of nutrition, because his or her mother helps him or her to supply a good quality of food. So it's quite essential. So what is the need of nutrition? First of all, building up new protoplasm or cell growth for our body. Next is repair. In our daily life, there are different kind of activities occurs in our body, and in that process the cells of our body get ruptured, and to maintain them, to repair these cells or replace the dead cells, and to carry out other life processes, we need nutrition. So for providing material for the repair of worn out or injured cells in our day to day life, our body does a lot of activities, and in these activities some of the cells worn out or injured, and to replace or repair these cells we need nutrition. ओके. डे टू डे लाइफ में, हमारी लाइफ में बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज़ होती हैं, जैसे रेस्पिरेशन, रनिंग होती है, कभी कभार मुंह से डेड सेल्स भी झड़ते हैं. इट जस्ट बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ एक्टिविटीज़. और उन सब एक्टिविटीज़ में जो सेल्स अच्छी क्वालिटी के हैं, एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम के बाद वो फिनिश हो जाते हैं, या तो उनमें लाइफ थोड़ी सी डेड हो जाती है. सो एट दैट टाइम उनको रिपेयर करना ज़रूरी है, या फिर जो रिपेयर नहीं हो सकते उनकी जगह न्यू सेल्स का आना बहुत ज़रूरी है. तो ये सब प्रोसेस न्यूट्रिशन के थ्रू ही होती है. अगर आप अच्छा न्यूट्रिशन ले रहे हैं तो आपके सेल्स जो है वो हेल्दी रहेंगे, और ये ग्लो से आपको पता भी लगेगा. सो नेक्स्ट इज़ energy to carry out various life functions. For example, respiration, digestion of food, excretion, repair and maintenance of cells, and a lot of activities occur in our body, and to maintain these activities we need energy, and this energy comes from nutrition. Next is maintenance of chemical composition of cells. In our cells there are chemicals, and there is different percentage of these chemical compositions. Okay, and to maintain this chemical composition we need nutrition in equal amount. Next is protection from disease and infection. If your immunity is stronger, then you will get affected by a few of diseases. So to protect yourself from different diseases and infection, you need nutrition. Okay, if you are taking good balanced diet, you are taking proper care of your health as well as food, then you will suffer less disease as comparison to others. For example, a child who always eat fast food or the food which is not nutritive, he or she will encounter with the disease very quickly. And the person or a child who relies on healthy food, he or she has strong immunity system and his or her body is well equipped to fight with disease and infection. Maybe he or she get any disease or infection, she will come out from that particular disease or infection very quickly as comparison to the person or a child or a any individual who doesn't rely on nutritive food. Next is provision of raw material. Provision of raw material for the manufacturing of various secretions. For the manufacturing of various secretions, you know, there are different kind of secretions which occurs in our body. For example, if you are happy, then there is a happy hormone. If you are sad, then there is a sad hormone. And to make your food digest properly, your stomach, your liver also secrete different kind of juices. Some are bile juice, pancreatic juice. So to secrete these kind of secretions, you need nutrition, different kind of enzymes, hormones, sweat, milk, etc. So to manufacture these kind of things, we need nutrition. Okay, so these are all the functions due to which our body need nutritive diet or a diet full of nutrition. That's why a more successful people, most number of successful people spend a big amount to their dietitian to provide them a good diet so that their body have much more nutrition in equal amount. You can say that you see many people who are age of 56 or 57, maybe around 60, but they look much younger just because they take care of their health, they take care of their diet and provide good essential nutrient to their body. In result, their body also provide support to them. That's why they look much younger, they have much more glow on their face as comparison to their age. This is because of that. Okay, next is classes of nutrients. What are the classes of nutrient? Food substance. Number one is carbohydrates. So in carbohydrates, carbohydrate consists of three things: compounds of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbohydrate consists of three compounds. Number one is carbon, number two is hydrogen, and number three is oxygen. And the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen in carbohydrates is 2:1. The ratio of carbon and hydrogen, the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen in carbohydrates is 2:1. Okay, so carbohydrate consists of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, and the ratio of these compounds is 2:1. What is the function of carbohydrates in our body? They oxidized in the cells to release energy. Carbohydrates oxidized in the cells. Carbohydrates oxidize in the cells and in return they release energy. Energy which we require to do different kind of physical activities. Secondly, from where we get carbohydrates? We get carbohydrates from sugar, starch, cellulose, etc. We get carbohydrates from sugar, starch, etc. So what is the chemical composition of carbohydrates? It contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Ratio hydrogen and oxygen is 2:1. They oxidize in the cells. They oxidize in the cell to release energy. Next, they have sugar, starch, cellulose, etc. Let's move on to the carbohydrates. What are the carbohydrates? The principal energy source in our body. The principal energy source in the body. Carbohydrate is the storehouse of energy in our body. Those people who require a lot of energy, they need to have more carbohydrates, or the diet which is rich in carbohydrates. Okay, let's move on to the next, which are sugars. What do you understand by sugars? Not chini, not shakkar, not rasgulle, not gulab jamuns. So what is sugar? Sugar is soluble in water. It is soluble in water, tastes sweet, and divided into two parts. What is sugar? Sugar is soluble in water. It tastes sweet, and it is divided into two parts. What are the two parts? Number one is monosaccharides, or single or simple sugar. Number one is monosaccharide, singles or simple sugar. Monosaccharide, it is a first type of sugar, and its general formula is C6H12O6. C6H12O6. It doesn't need digestion in our body. Monosaccharides or simple sugar has chemical formula C6H12O6. It doesn't need digestion in our body, need no digestion, and are state absorbed into the body. It is state absorbed by the body. If you are taking simple sugar, it is straightly digested by your body, need no proper digestion. And monosaccharide is of two types. It is of two types. Number one is glucose, fructose, galactose. What is glucose? Number one is glucose. Glucose popular name is grape sugar. Grape sugar is also known as glucose, and glucose is a form of monosaccharide or simple sugar. Popular name of glucose is grape sugar. Grape sugar's popular name is of glucose, means glucose has alternative name, that is glucose. It is the most common simplest sugar found in organisms. Most common simplest sugar found in organisms, that is the most common, and it is found in our organisms. If we have to calculate our blood sugar, there are so many people who says that my blood sugar spike, or it is going increasing. So what does it mean? If a person is talking about his or her blood sugar, it means glucose level in blood. It clearly means glucose level in blood. Blood sugar means your glucose level in your blood. Okay, if somebody is asking about blood sugar, that means glucose level in our blood. Next is 1 mole of glucose. If you are taking 1 mole of glucose, then it has 686 kilocalorie of energy. 1 mole of glucose has 686 kilocalorie of energy. 1 mole of glucose has 686 kilocalorie of energy. Next is fructose. Fructose is a popular name of fruit sugar. Glucose popular name is grape sugar, and fructose popular name is fruit sugar, and it is common in plants. You can find it in plants. Next is simple sugar, which is found in milk. Simple sugar which is found in milk, it's galactose. Okay, number one is glucose, which is found in grape sugar. Number two is fructose, which is also known as fruit sugar. Number three is galactose, which is found in milk. Okay.